Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and on this video we'll be discussing or differentiating staffing agency and direct hire agency. So without further ado, let's get it on. Maybe a lot of you are wondering which one is better, staffing agency, direct hire agency. Of course, that actually depends your capabilities as an applicant. The very first thing that you need to do in order for you to proceed with your American or immigration journey to the United States is to, of course, choose your employer, the one who will petition you. So the main purpose of this video is for you to decide which one to take. Is it staffing or direct hire? So let's go. First up, we're going to define the two. If you will be taking or signing with a staffing agency, that means that your employer is the agency itself. Okay? But if you will sign in on a direct hire, that means your employer is the hospital itself. Again, you will be working with the hospital. Next is we'll be discussing the immigration process. During your immigration process, if you are under the staffing agency, all of the time you'll be talking with your case manager of that agency. From submitting of your documents to the filing of your I-140 until you will land to the United States, get your SSN, open your bank accounts and more. They will help you with that. So once you actually land to the United States, there is this liaison officer. So the liaison officer will help you to secure your social security number, open your banks, help you find an apartment, get you a car, etc., etc. So that is staffing agency. But if you are under the direct hire, you will already talk, or during the immigration process, you will talk with the hospital itself. I mean, you will talk with the HR or the international talent acquisition of that hospital. Again, for example, me, I will be talking directly to the hospital that I will be applying. But there are some instances that if you have a case manager, they will also help you during the immigration process. For example, my case, I actually applied under the Connetics USA, now so-called AMN Healthcare. So Connetics actually helped me pair with my present employer. So my case manager was actually the one who keeps on reminding me to submit this document, that I need to do this thing and that. They are actually there. But of course, this is actually case to case. You might have a case manager or not. But as long as you are under the direct hire, you will be talking to the HR of your hospital. Next, we'll be talking about salary. So if you are under the staffing agency, expect that your salary is actually lower compared to the direct hire. So for example, if you sign up with a staffing agency, your rate might be 30 to 40 US dollars. But if you are under the direct hire, your salary might range at around 35 to 50 US dollars. Your rate depends on what state and county you'll be assigned. By the way, with regards to the salary of staffing and direct hire, there is actually a 10 to 15 US dollar difference. Next would be the differentials. So we have your night shift, weekend shift, overtime, and holiday differential. Those things, if you are under the staffing agency, those things are actually lower. But if you are under the direct hire, again, you are under the hospital itself. So, of course, those differentials are higher. For example, under the staffing agency, it's times 1.2, but if you are under the direct hire, it might be 1.5 to 2. It actually depends. Next, we have benefits. So again, this is case-to-case basis. If you are under the agency, some of you might have a sign-on bonus, some might not have a sign-on bonus. But if you have a sign-on bonus under the staffing agency, that actually ranges from 1 to 5,000 US dollars. And you will not get the hospital benefits that is actually, or that hospital is giving to the employees. Because again, you are signed up with the agency, or you are tied up with the agency, not the hospital. But if you are under the direct hire, your sign-on bonus would definitely be higher. It ranges from around 3,000 up to 15,000 US dollars. Again, it's case-to-case basis. So if you are under the direct hire, the benefits that the hospital will be giving to the employees, you will also receive those things. Diba? So nice. Next is the work assignment. So if you signed up with a staffing agency, for example, you started as a med-surg nurse, then you will be ending as a med-surg nurse. For example, that's a 3 years contract as a med-surg nurse. You will be assigned as a med-surg nurse for 3 years. But if you are under the direct hire, for example, you started as med-surg nurse and you want to be assigned at the ICU, as long as there is a vacancy on that department, you can apply for it. Again, if you are under the direct hire, you can apply for any vacant position on that hospital. Next is the insurance. So if you are under the agency, there is an automatic insurance for you. But if you are under the direct hire, whatever the hospital that you're working with, that hospital or the insurance will actually depend on the hospital that you are working. So whatever that hospital's insurance have, you will also have that kind of insurance. Next is the buyout. Of course, if you are under the staffing agency, the buyout would definitely be higher compared to the direct hire. They actually have a lower buyout. So what's the reason why the buyout for the staffing agency is actually high? Of course, they were actually the one who spent or paid all of your immigration process, from filing of your I-140, the S-260 or the fee bill, visa screen, what else? Medicals, green card fee, and even the airline ticket. But if you are under the direct hire, it's actually lower because they only spent on some things. For example, the filing of your I-140 and the legal fees. Next, for the reimbursements. So if you actually under a staffing agency, your NCLEX, English exam, visa screen, fee bill, medical exam, green card fee, airline ticket, all of those things will be reimbursed, or they will pay everything for you. But if you are under the direct hire, again, you will only pay for some things such as your I-140 and the legal fees. So it actually depends on your employer if they will shoulder some additional things such as your airline ticket and all. So that is actually the difference of the staffing and direct hire. Of course, if you want to really know which one fits for you, the truth is it actually depends on your financial capability. So if you can afford your NCLEX, IELTS, until going to the United States without the help of an agency, go for direct hire. But if you need help, go for staffing agency. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope I was able to clearly explain and help you which agency to choose, if it's staffing or direct hire. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's about time to subscribe now and click the notification button for it to get notified with my latest videos. So, thank you so much for watching and goodbye.